Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it.
Coaches, the JAMODI podcast is powered by Scoreboard Media. Scoreboard Media works with high schools across the country to run professional sponsorship programs on their LED scoreboards. Whether you already have LED and you just want to supercharge the revenue, or you want to use sponsorship revenue to buy new LED video scoreboards, Scoreboard Media can help. They work with sponsors and advertisers locally, regionally, and nationally who want to connect with your school's community. Email info@scoreboardmedia.com to start the conversation and see what's possible.
You also talked about role identification, and I do think that is one of the biggest struggles for coaches because we love these kids, we want them to feel valued, and we don't want to hurt feelings. I don't think, and you said it too, you told us, like, guys, it's not personal. Anything we talk about isn't personal. This is you as a basketball player trying to get better. Love you as the person, as a basketball player trying to get better, but being open and honest with their roles. So either you do that through one-on-one meetings, but I think even more impactful when this is a group discussion, when, hey, no secrets here. We need to know what each other's roles are and how we all contribute to the success of this team. I think as a coach, you got to have, maybe the word is guts, but the strength, the confidence to have those open conversations.
Well, you like to have them before. One thing you want to do is before you even do any drills, pick up a basketball, you want to already have that conversation because you'll have some guys get out of character doing some stuff that, guess what, they weren't told that they shouldn't be doing. So, sometimes you can let a monster get created and then you try to stop it. And then the kid's saying, well, you messing my game up. Well, you changing out the way I play. I'm not changing the way you play. I'm trying to get you to play the right way within what we do here. I always tell them it's us and we versus them. If you think about I and me, we're going to lose. I said us and we versus them, we will be fine. But, I had a kid here recently, he's one of my best shooters. He wanted to do a lot of dribbling. And I told him, I said, I don't really need you doing that to really, really help the team. You're the best shooter. I need you running off staggers. I need you getting open, telling these guys, hey, come give me one, set a screen. Well, he continued to want to keep doing that. And I just pulled him in and said, hey, this is the way it's going to go. I've already told you. You can either be a knockdown shooter and you probably get X amount of minutes, or you can just get in where you fit in, man. It's up to you. I mean, I'm trying to give you a specific role to where most kids, if they have the green light from the three that you say, coach, anytime I catch it and that guy's under the 3-point line, pull it, they're like, you got it.
Yep. Coach, I'm good. But you know what? That's human nature, though. It's human nature, though. Yeah. Coach, thanks for letting me do this. But you know what? He gets to do that. I want to do that. I thought so much of this is parenting. So much of this is setting those clear expectations and guardrails for their success. And that's where, I think you framed it right, is this is for your good, for you to be the best player. And because there's these two tracks, right, Coach? We want the player track is what they want. They want to be a good player on your team. They want to win, but also they have these aspirations, some of them after. So that track's going. And then you've got your team track. I'm opposed to this track smashes that track down. My college coach used to say, hey, it's Baylor and it's you. Do you see the difference? I was like, yeah, okay, got it. I understand. But Coach, what if we are both moving along? This is the best for you, but this also helps us win. I think that's a good way to frame it.
Yeah, the program, I always tell them, I said, man, think about the program, the program as a whole. I said it takes everybody, all stakeholders for us to be successful. That comes from administration. That comes from the teachers. Everybody is up under this one umbrella. And I said, the thing about it is, if we're doing what we're supposed to do, we should be successful. And I tell them all the time, I say, I said, my expectations are high, but I said, it's nothing wrong, you having a coach that wants to set high expectations for you. Like, I mean, they run, all of them are in cross country right now. So they run cross country, getting in, and like I was telling them, I said, during the season, you can't run like that. You'll be burnt out.
Yeah.
This is your time to get that in now. I said, so, I always pick their brains. I said, how many miles do you think some of these NBA players run? They were like, maybe a mile or two. I said, some of them run 5 to 7 miles. They're jogging because they're building up their wind, they're building up their stamina. So, and I know this was probably off the subject, but we talk about, so I said, what's the difference between super max players, and just players in the NBA? Well, they're flying out all kind of answers. I said, a super max player treats the job of basketball like a real job. He's in the gym 3 to 4 times a day. He's watching film. He's eating right. His body is his temple. His body is his money. He thinks about his body. He thinks about everything that he does before he does anything because he's thinking about what? His job. He has to be the best at all times. The max guy, yeah, he's in the gym probably twice a day. He goes and works out, but he's probably not spending much money. Like the super max guy has a trainer. He's spending a bunch of money.
Yeah, a LeBron, $1.5 million on his body a year. Yeah.
Yeah. And the guys that are just in the NBA, you just find them doing what? Role play. And there's nothing wrong with being that. But then they just float around different teams, and sometimes you end up being what? Pushed on out the NBA, and somebody else younger steps in and can do the same thing that you do. So I just told them, if you're really, really serious about this, you have to put in the work. We watch a lot of Kobe Bryant deals on, I pull stuff up, let him see his quotes and stuff that he's saying and the things that he talks about being in the gym 8 hours a day. I said, how many of y'all can do that? A few of them raised their hand. I was like, man, y'all do that one day. And
That's
like,
right.
All right.
They like the idea of it, coach, but not
Sounds
the
good.
execute. Sounds good. Dave Love is a NBA shooting coach, and he's been with the Magic. He's been with a couple teams, and we were having a hoops talk, and he mentioned, he's like, Matt, you have no idea how hard these NBA guys work. He's like, there's no days off. He's like, he said with the Magic, we had to mandate to them, you are not allowed to come into the gym. And he said, you know what? Some of them still found a way to get into the gym, or they went other places. He's like, these guys, but he also said there's even levels though inside of that. Like some guy, like the baseline NBA player does work hard, but there's levels. It's kind of what you're talking about. And I love that you brought up the term stakeholders. That's something that Tyler Costin talked about, and I really think it's a good idea for us to consider as coaches all of the stakeholders in the player's life or in the program, like you said. I think I tend to only focus on me and the player. We're the two stakeholders that I care the most about. Well, I better care about what that parent is saying and how they feel, or the messages they receive, to the point. Better care about what the administration and the teachers think, because they're stakeholders in this too. They control whether he plays or whether, how this goes. And then you got the select coaches and you got the training. Like, there's so many voices that we have to be conscious of. And so the more that we can bring everybody in on this thing, I think early on as younger coach, my walls were up. I will do anything for you as a player. I don't give a crap about all these other people. That's not how this is going to work anymore. We have to try to control the narrative, the way that the player is thinking, but also like the messages that are being sent and received. I just think it's a good way to look at it.
Oh, yeah. And the thing about it, you got to think about this, Coach. Social media has changed everything now with coaching. Everything. It's, just with athletics, period, just in life, period. Social media, everybody's looking here, looking there, seeing what other people are always doing. And that's one thing that I'm going to have to get used to, is people actually filming me and recording me and watching me the entire time. When I was over at Nick, I just might get up and whisper in his ear something and just sit back.
Hey, this is all on you, but what do you think about this?
Turn back and he'll say something to me that wouldn't be real nice. And I'm like, man, I'm going to fix it at halftime. I said, don't burn the time out, man, to try to fix it. There's 2 minutes left. We'll fix it at halftime.
That's so good. You're right, though. I like in our athletic period, I like to take photos of the guys doing stuff, some videos of the guys. I don't want to be a part of any of that. And I know it's kind of funny to me. I'm doing this. Hopefully coaches feel this way. Like, I'm not doing this for me. I mean, part of it is like, I want to learn from you. I want to know the stuff that you do, and I want to learn from all these other coaches. And I also want to celebrate coaches like you that do amazing things that don't always. There's some coaches all throughout Texas that you never hear of or don't get a platform, but they do awesome stuff. So let's grow the game and share it. But I do struggle on social media or anything like that but you gotta almost look at it as, nowadays, what if there may be a camera on? Like, what if we always coach as if we're being filmed? We'll probably be more positive. We'll probably teach more and yell less, and probably say less things that we regret.
Yeah. You know what? You're absolutely right. Like that, when you have that eye on you, you will change quickly. You will change and do everything the right way and correctly at that time. Is when I say he's good at it, he's been mic'd up, but he's been doing this for so long. So I know that's going to be something that's new for me. That's why I just hope the band can be there in a lot of games so they don't get a chance to hear what I say. We got as much noise as possible. Turn it out, play as loud as you possibly can.
That's right.
A lot of times, you could draw X and O's all you want to. The guys still have to go out there and play hard.
Yes.
I always say this. You have some coaches that are great X and O guys, and you have coaches that are motivators. To me, Dale Brown was a motivator. Dale Brown could really, really get guys playing. He could recruit. He had some good guys down there with him. Johnny Jones was there and some other guys. I said, Coach Calipari, I think his system, and I think he's a great motivator. I think he knows how to bring it out. I mean, he probably could sell a cookie to an ant, and he's probably cool if the ant had money. But I'm just, it's like he has the gift of the gab. He has that. Now, you can sit here and some people try to fault him and say, well, man, he's had X, Y, Z, so many first rounders, and he hadn't been past this. He can't play for them.
Sure. Yeah.
I tell the guys all the time, I can't rebound for you. I can't run the floor for you. I can't make a pass for you. All I can do as a coach is try to put you in the right positions to be successful. And so you have to go out there and play. Just have fun, man. If you're overthinking it and you're playing mad, you're not going to have a good time. I want guys to be tough, but I don't want you playing mad and angry. Like that's going to hurt the team and the program. But I've seen some guys in the past get mad, man, and get all kind of rebounds and crashing boards and do everything. But that's rare though, because most kids don't know how to control their emotions when they get like that. Guys that are in college and in the pros, well, they've been through some things and they kind of know. Like Michael Jordan, if you said something to Mike got mad, what happened? That's going to be a long night.
About to score 45. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach K said that anger is good, and he wants his players to have anger, but it has to be used the right way. And so many times anger is destructive and it is negative. But what if you could use it? Like, you turn the ball over, and there's a great clip of Blake Griffin back in the day, turned it over and sprints so hard behind the guy and goes and pins it on the glass. That's anger used the right way. You go up for a layup, you miss it, but man, you get angry, you go get that thing. Or you maybe defensively, you bring a little bit more effort within the rules. Like, that's really important.
I say all the time, I will erase your turnover if you cause a turnover.
I like that.
I will erase your turnover if you cause a turnover. If you cause them to turn the ball over or you take a charge, I'll erase that turnover. But I'm big on turnovers, man. You can't have 20 turnovers and try to win a game. It's tough. Like I told them, we need to keep it, in the teams. I'm realistic. This is high school. It's 13, 14, 15. When we start getting to 18 and 19, they're going to capitalize off what? Off of that.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.